Bit of hand biting this morning. See how we go.
Okay.
Well, let's just crack on.
So, Chris, we're going to look at a topic which you have already done a little bit of. We'll start off just by maybe doing some recap stuff. So, we'll start off by talking about something that happened to a man called George Floyd.
Yeah, do you remember we talked about George Floyd, didn't we? Should we see how well? Yeah. We'll just see how well your hands are working, and we'll just do Floyd.
Yeah.
F, good. L, O, all the way down. Come on, sometimes that's hard, that one. Y, and up to the top for the D. Very good, Floyd. Okay.
Now, was George Floyd an American or an Englishman?
Okay. Yeah, we'll just take the A for American for now.
Just take the A. So, George Floyd was murdered in the city that he lived in by the police force in America. And ever since then, there have been protests against racism and the unequal treatment of black people in the UK, in cities like London, Cardiff, Manchester, and Bristol. So why don't you choose one of those cities to spell the name of, Chris?
Okay, let's just practice. London, Cardiff, Manchester and Bristol have all seen protests. Just for practice, which one would you like to spell? C, go on then. A, R, D, go on, after the D, keep it going. Keep it going, Chris. I and F, yes, Cardiff.
So some people think that England hasn't really got a problem with racism, and they don't understand why people in this country would go out and protest about something that happened so far away in America. But did you know, Chris, that England was involved in the slave trade industry for over 300 years? You can give a simple yes or no to that if you want.
Y. Carry on. E. Yes. Anything else? No. Yes. We have done quite a few sessions about slavery and slave trade and stuff like that.
Oh, all right. So you know all about you know all about the slave trade triangle and things like that.
A long time ago, but we did do it, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. So one of the big slave traders who came from England was a man called Edward Colston.
Edward Colston, is that C-O-L-S-T-O-N?
Yes, C-O-L-S-T-O-N.
Right, so he was a slave trader, yeah.
And he lived in the city of Bristol. So where did he live, Chris?
So he lived in B R I S T. After the T, keep it going. Keep it. Always keep it going. Tell your hand that doesn't need to be in my mouth. B R I S. Go on, finish it. Go after the S. There's the S. T O and L. Yes, Bristol.
And recently, he has caused, or something has happened in Bristol, which has caused quite a lot of controversy. I quite like that word, controversy. Controversy, controversy means it's got a lot of people. It's got a lot of people feeling quite passionate about it. There's lots of debate and argument about what has happened. And the thing was, there was recently a statue of Edward Colston that got pulled down. So maybe we can put that in a sense.
You might have heard that on the news, Chris. I don't know. There was quite a few statues, I think, that have been pulled down all over the country, isn't there?
Yeah, and in Europe as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe we can finish that in a sentence together, Chris. What happened to the Edward Colston statue? The Edward Colston statue got...
What happened to it? It was P-U-L-L-E-D. It was pulled. D-O-W. And it was pulled down. Yeah. Do you think it was right that it was pulled down? I'm just going to ask that quickly. I know you're probably going to. Do you think it was right that it was pulled down? The differing views. Where are you going? I am. Keep it going. Lift that elbow a bit and then you'll be able to be more accurate. I am. And keep it going. Go on. O. Your elbow. And O. Is that S or T? T. I'm not. Go on. Lift that elbow. Go on. I'm not what? S. Okay. You are, and I think you want the E there. Yeah. I'm not sure that would make sense.
Let me give you a little bit more information about him, and then maybe that will help you to reason why to make a choice to get some reasoning. So Edward Colston was part of the slave trade, which transported Black Africans to the Americas and to the Caribbean. And he is believed to have transported 18,000 Black African men and women to the Americas.
Just for practice, we'll do a quick, how many thousand was it? It was 1 and 8. Yeah, 18,000.
And the conditions that he was transporting these people in were pretty terrible. So sometimes single boats would be filled up with 600 Black people. And they didn't put them in their own individual rooms. They all shared one big room. So the condition.
That was underneath, wasn't it? Right inside the ship, not on the top.
Yeah. So the conditions were very unhygienic, very dirty, very scary. For Edward Colston doing this, he managed to make quite a lot of money for himself. So if someone said to you, Chris, that it was good to make money doing a bad thing, would you agree with them or not?
Is it good to make money doing a bad thing? What do you think? Yeah. Go on, touch the O as well. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So we agree it's not good to make money doing a bad thing, which is what Edward Colston did. But, and this is where the controversy lies. So at the end of Edward Colston's life, he donated all of his money that he had made through the slave trade to the city of Bristol. So what did he do, Chris? Did he donate it or did he trade it?
When he died. Yeah, you're right. O-N-A, that's right. After the A, oh, try it with this. So it's the A then. A-T-E and D. He donated it, yes.
Well done, Chris. Now, usually, donations are, we usually in our society, we see donations as good things. You know, you can donate clothes to a charity shop, or you might decide to donate food to a food bank. You might donate money to a charity. So there are lots of good reasons for us to donate things to help other people. But if someone said to you that donating a bad thing to a good cause is a good action, would you agree with them?
All right, yes. So in this instance, he donated the proceeds from a bad thing, maybe to a good cause. Does that make it all right? Is that good? What do you think? I-T. Go on, keep going. H-I-N. I think I. Go on, you're doing fine. I think I. Is that the S, the T? You're over there. I think it. I think. Let's try and get a bit of a rhythm going, Chris. You're going very slow at the moment. I think it. Try with that hand. M A. Go on. K. Go on. E. I think it makes I. Keep it going. Go on. I. Touch that I again. I think it makes I. Go on. I think it makes I. That looks like T. T. Okay. Have a break. I think it makes it. Have a little drink, if that helps. Have some refreshment. That will give you energy to point faster.
I was learning the other day about the importance of staying hydrated. Only 70% of British people are dehydrated.
Really? You drink quite a lot normally, don't you, Chris? I don't really worry that he's dehydrated.
No.
I think it makes it a L I L I. After the I, come on, come on. L I T. Try moving that elbow a bit more. L I T L E. Okay, we'll take that as a double T L. I think it makes it a little B. Is that D or E? E. Come on. After the E. A little B-E. Try and move it out there. His arm's just freezing on me. I think it makes it a little, so you did B-E. So I'm guessing that you meant better. You could tell me yes or no. You've gone for the S in the middle. Yes. Okay. So we'll take that you meant better.
Yeah.
I think it makes it a little better. I suppose, you know, that's the reasoning that a lot of people make. Oh, well, yeah, you did that bad thing, but then he gave it all to charity, so it must be fine. You know, it's a bit like, you know, robbing a train and then, but the Robin Hood idea, isn't it? Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Does that make stealing okay? I don't know.
And it's not like he built, you know, prisons or, you know, cruel things with this money. The money that he donated, they went to building schools, and they went to building concert halls and things like that. So the money went towards building things that were good for the community. So if you ever visit Bristol one day, Chris, and you walk around, you would have seen buildings that had Colston's name on them in big letters. Vast buildings, and there were roads that were named after Edward Colston as well.
So that if you didn't know his history and you were walking through Bristol and you saw this person's name on buildings and on roads, what would you think about this person? You would think what? HE MUST. He must be. He must be. He must be. That. FM? Maybe you meant, just keep it going, I'll work it out. FM. Oh, okay. I think you just missed out the A, that's all right. He must be F. He must be famous. Yeah, you would. You think, oh, this person must be famous, and you'd probably be thinking about them famous in a good way or famous in a bad way. Just show me G or B. G, yeah, famous in a good way. That's what you think.
And I think you really struck on something there. This is what people were angry about, is that there was all of this commemoration of Edward Colston, and there was no history about what he actually had done. So everywhere he was being celebrated, and nowhere was there actually true representation of what he had done. So, Chris, on Sunday the 7th of June, at the Black Lives Matter protest in Bristol, some of the protesters pulled down the statue, and they went and they threw it in the river.
Oh, did they? I didn't know they'd done that.
They threw it in the harbour.
In the river. What do you think about that? F. Come on. U. N. M. You think it's funny too? Yeah, we laughed.
It's quite funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a great example of something called irony, that Edward Colston's statue got thrown into the harbour where his slave ships would have been unloading slaves, 100, 200 years earlier. But some people don't think that that is the right place for Edward Colston's statue to stay underwater in the harbour. What they think is that it should really be in a museum with some proper information about who he was and what he did. And just to finish this lesson up, Chris, just to give a last opinion, do you agree with those people that it's better Edward Colston's statue to be in a museum, or do you think we should leave it in the harbour, leave it underwater?
What do you think? W. Oh, E. L. Well, I. T. I. S. Well, it is good. It is. I am. Oh, just a little impulse. That will pass quickly. See, it did. I am. P. O. Keep your other. R. T. Go on, finish the word. A. Go on. N and T. Well, it is important. You want to try with the pencil, see if that's quicker? Well, it is important. F, go on, keep going. O, R, yeah, 4. Lift that elbow. P, pencil. Where are you going? Touch the P again. P. And next letter. E and next letter. O and P and L and E. Very nice. Well, it is important for people. Oh, this is good. Come on. This is good. T, O and K and N and go on after the N. O and W and T, H, E, H, I, S, T. Good, keep it going, you're doing well. O, R and Y. Well, it is important for people to know the history. That was a good run then. Let's keep it going. Go on.
Really good.
Well, it is important for people to know the history. B, U, but I, T, H, go on, TH. Oh, another little impulse. But I, T, H, just a little one. That hand's going to come down. There, go. T, H, I, N, K, T, H, E, S, T. Go on. A, T, U, and E, but I think the statue, S, H, O. Go on after the O. Keep it going. U, L, and after the L, D. This is really good, but I think the statue should go. B, E, P, and U, and T, and I, and N, and A, and P, U, after the U, B, L, go on after the L, lick the elbow, I, and C. I think the statue should be put in a public, go on, P, L, A, C, E, W, I, T, H, A, P, L, A, Q, oh yes, U. Go on, you must want the E after that, that will make the word U. I think the statue should be put in a public place with a plaque. Lift your elbow, go on, lift your elbow. A, N, D, I, N, F, O, R, M, A, T, I, O. After the O. After the O. Go on. N and information. A, B, O, U, T, about, T, H, E, S, U, F. Very good. Go on. F. Keep it going. S, U, F, F. After the F, touch the F again. F. S, U, F, F. E. R. I. N. G. H. E. C. A. U. S. E. D. Very good. With
Brilliant.
a plaque. And did you write this down? And information. Have I got this right?
About the suffering.
The suffering he caused. Was that right?
Yeah, that was right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so listen, a museum is a kind of a public place. Do you think that's not good enough? No. P, E, O, P, L, E, people, D, O, N, D, O, N, O. Go on, keep it going. T, people do not. A, go on. L, W, A, This is good. A, after the A. Keep it going. Let's get this. Go on, take pencil. After the A, there's the A. A. Y. S. People do not always. You were there at the G. You touch it if you want it. G. O. I. After the I. After the I. Come on. You're there. In. All right. No, museums aren't good enough because people do not always go in. You're quite right, you know, because there are some people who, I don't even know if they ever go into a museum. I think it's all too highfalutin for them, don't they? So, I don't know, maybe they should. This is a very good point that you've made. Very good. We're nearly finished. Very good point. I think I'm inclined to agree with you, Chris. Maybe they should be left in the public places, but with some good information that really tells people, you know, we are keeping this statue here and we've decided to keep it here deliberately to let everyone know about the history and what actually happened.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, my idea, if you want to know, my idea would be maybe that if they took your idea, maybe they erect a new statue right next to it, which portrays something about the slaves.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people in Bristol are calling for. They think that they should, on the plinth where Edward Colston's statue once stood, they should erect a statue to the history of Caribbean people who have come over and lived in Bristol and settled in Bristol, or, you know, who were treated badly in the slave trade.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
What's your view, Henry?
I agree with I agree with that. I think that Edward Colston, his name isn't associated with good things. So I think his name and image should be removed, maybe from the public view, but the history that he's a part of, I think, needs to be honestly represented in, you know, a statue form or a plaque, like you said, Chris, with, you know, true information about it. Because I don't think denying that he ever existed is a good thing, or just, you know, hiding him away in a museum is a good thing. I think you need to acknowledge it, but do it the right way.
Okay. Yeah. Is that it, Henry?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was very good.
That was really good. Well done, Chris.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You managed really well at the end there, Chris. I was really proud of you that you managed to get a a long sentence out there, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was really good because it wasn't easy for you. So well done. Okay, you can take a little break. I'm just going to have a little chat with Henry.